Good morning, children. So, children, we again back with the SST class. Okay. In the last class, we have studied about the Southern Plateau. Okay. And I told you that in Southern Plateau is divided into two parts. Okay. You can see on the board that it is divided into two parts. One is the Central Highlands. Okay. So, what is there? Central Highlands lies to the north of Narmada River, and its Central Highland is again subdivided into two parts. One is the Malwa Plateau, which is in the northwestern part of Central Highlands, and the second one is the Chota Nagpur Plateau, that is in the northeastern parts of Central Highlands. Okay. Now I will give you the detail about the Malwa Plateau and the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Children, I told you that Central Highlands, they lie to the north of the Narmada River. Okay. If we talk about the Malwa Plateau, then Malwa Plateau lies to the north of Vindhyas. And what is there? Black soil is formed here. Fine. And the rivers of this region, of this Malwa Plateau, are the Chambal, Betwa and Son rivers. Okay. If we talk about Chota Nagpur Plateau, then it is drained by Damodar River. Okay. And large deposits of coal mines are here. Okay. In the states of Bihar, West Bengal and Jharkhand. So what we found in Chota Nagpur Plateau? We found large deposits of coal mines. Okay. Now, this southern plateau, first part is divided into two parts. First is the Central Highlands, second is the Deccan Plateau. Okay. If we talk about Deccan Plateau, children, then Deccan Plateau lies to the south of the Narmada River. Okay. Central Highlands lies to the north of the Narmada River. Deccan Plateau lies to the south of the Narmada River. Okay. And it is what? The Vindhyas mountain and the Satpura range lies in the northwestern part of Deccan Plateau. So what is there? In the northwestern part of Deccan Plateau, children, there are Vindhyachal mountains and the Satpura range. Okay. You can write it down in short that in northwest part of Deccan Plateau, or in northwest part, what is there? In the northwest part of Deccan Plateau, there is the Vindhyachal mountains and the Satpura range. Fine. Children, this Deccan Plateau is the largest plateau in India. Okay, since this Deccan Plateau is known as the largest plateau in India. Okay, and this plateau is bounded by the Western Ghats and in the west and the Eastern Ghats in the east. So this Deccan Plateau has what? Western Ghat in the west and Eastern Ghats in the east. Okay. So what is there in the Southern Plateau? Southern Plateau, we will revise what is Southern Plateau. Southern Plateau is in the Aravali lies in the northwest part and the Rajmahal Hills in the northeast. So what is there in Southern Plateau? In the northwest part of Southern Plateau, there is Aravali Hills, and in the northeast part, there is Rajmahal Hills. Okay, and it extends from south of Northern Plains down to the last point of India, which is what? Kanyakumari. Okay, now this Southern Plateau, it is divided into two parts. One is Central Highlands, which is what? Which is north of the Narmada River. This Central Highland is again divided into two parts, the Malwa Plateau and the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Malwa Plateau is in the northwestern part of the Central Highlands, and Chota Nagpur Plateau is in the northeastern part of the Central Highlands. Okay. Now, the second one is the Deccan Plateau. Okay. This Deccan Plateau lies in the south of the Narmada River. It is the largest plateau, and what is there? In the west, it has Western Ghats, and in the east, it has Eastern Ghats. Okay. Now, children, there are some important rivers which flows in the Southern Plateau. Important rivers. Okay. There are some important rivers which flows in the southern plateau. Okay. One is, if we talk about westward flowing rivers. So in the westward we have the Narmada. Okay. And second one is the Tapti river. Okay. That is in the westward. The other important river are the Mahanadi, the Godavari, the Krishna, and the last one is the Kaveri. Okay. So the westward flowing rivers in the southern plateau are two, the Narmada and the Tapti rivers. They are the westward flowing rivers. Okay. And other important rivers of southern plateau are the Mahanadi, the Godavari, the Krishna and the Kaveri. Okay. So this is all about your southern plateau. Okay, children. Now we come to the large physiographic division of India, that is the coastal plains and the islands. Okay. So first we talk about the coastal plains. Okay, first we talk about the coastal plains. Now what is there, children? Coastal plains, it lies or it stretches from the southern plateau in the east, okay, and west. Okay, fine. And if we talk about its total length, so then its total length is 6,000 kilometers. Okay. Now children, this coastal plain, they are divided into two parts. Okay. So first one is the eastern coastal plain. The eastern coastal plains. Okay. First one is the eastern coastal plains. Okay. Now children, this eastern coastal plains, they lies between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal. Okay. This eastern coastal plains is lies in the Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. Okay. In between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. And it includes the parts of West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Puducherry and Tamil Nadu. Okay. So what all places come under Eastern coastal plains? They are West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Puducherry and Tamil Nadu. Okay. And what is there? Again, this eastern coastal plain is divided into two. The northern circus and the second one is the Coromandel coast. Okay. In these two parts, this eastern coastal plains are divided. Okay. Now, there are some major rivers or important rivers of eastern coastal plains. The important rivers are the Mahanadi, that is in Odisha, then the Godavari and the Krishna, that is in Andhra Pradesh, the Kaveri in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so 4 important rivers are there. First one is the Mahanadi, that is in Odisha. The second is the Godavari and the Krishna in Andhra Pradesh. And third one is the Kaveri in Tamil Nadu. Okay, these are the 4 important rivers of the eastern coastal plains. Okay, now there are some important ports also which lies in eastern coastal plains. Okay, first is the Pradeep, that is in Odisha. Second is Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. Third, Chennai in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so these are the important eastern coastal ports. Okay, which lies in eastern coastal plains. The ports which lies in eastern coastal plains. Okay, now next one is, children, one is eastern coastal plain. The second one is western coastal plain. Okay, second one is the western coastal plains. Now what is there in western coastal plains? Children, it lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. Okay, and it's stretched from Gujarat to Kerala. Okay, now the ports, the coastal areas which come under the western coastal plains are Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka and Kerala. Okay, these are the 5 places which come under western coastal plains. What are they? Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka and Kerala. Okay, fine. And this western coastal plain is again divided into 3 parts. Western coastal plain is divided into 3 parts. First is the Gujarat coast in north. Okay. Second is the Konkan coast in go up to Goa. Okay. Next is third one, the Malabar coast, that is from Goa to Kanyakumari. Okay, children. So what is there? This western coastal plain is divided into 3 parts. First is the Gujarat coast, that is in north. Second is the Konkan coast, that is up to Goa. And third one is the Malabar coast, that is from Goa to Kanyakumari. Okay. Now, children, this area receives a heavy rainfall. Okay. And the major occupation, as this is a coastal region, so major occupation is fishing, but agriculture is also done here, and the crops which are grown here are cotton, sugarcane, rice and spices. Okay, so the major occupation is what? Fishing. Okay, agriculture also is done here, and the major crops are what? The major crops which are grown in the western coastal plains, they are cotton, sugarcane, rice and spices. Okay, fine. Now we come to the last part, children, the islands of India. I hope you all have written this. Fine. Now we come to the last part, the islands of India. Okay, the islands of India. Now, what is there, children? The islands are in India. It is divided into two parts. First, we talk about first one. First one is the islands of Bay of Bengal. Islands of the Bay of Bengal. Okay, the islands of the Bay of Bengal. Fine. They are Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay. First, we talk about the islands of Bay of Bengal. That is the Andaman and the Nicobar Islands. What is there? Children, obviously, they are islands of Bay of Bengal. So, they are located in Bay of Bengal. Okay. Now, next is there are, this is important, children, that they are around 300 islands in all. Islands in all. Okay, they are around 300 islands in all, and it is a union territory also. Okay, Andaman and Nicobar is a union territory also, children, and its capital is Port Blair. Okay, and as it is a island, so here the temperature is hot and humid. Okay, and it's rain regularly, and the major crops are rice, maize, cotton, and rubber. Okay. Second one is, children, islands of the Arabian Sea. They are Lakshadweep Island. Okay. Lakshadweep Island. Okay, this is the island of Arabian Sea. Okay, so what is there? Obviously, it lies in Arabian Sea, as Andaman Nicobar lies in Bay of Bengal, as are the islands of Bay of Bengal. Similarly, the Lakshadweep lie in Arabian Sea. Okay, its area is about, area of Lakshadweep is 32 square kilometer. Okay, fine. And how many total islands are there? There are total 43 islands. Okay, there are total 43 islands in Lakshadweep Island. Okay, and here how it is formed, children. Now this is important, that how this Lakshadweep Island is formed. So just write it down this. I'm giving you a few minutes to write this. Then we will proceed with this. Arabian Sea, Lakshadweep Island. Now children, how this Lakshadweep Island formed? So it is formed from coral deposits near Kerala. Near the Kerala coast. Okay, so how they are formed? They are formed from the coral deposits near the Kerala coast. Okay, children. Now, what is its capital? Its capital is Kavirati. Kavirati is the capital of Lakshadweep. And the major crop grown here is coconut. Okay. So this is all about your islands, children. So what is there? In the islands of Bay of Bengal, where it lies the Arabian Island and Andaman and Nicobar Island. In Bay of Bengal, they lie in Bay of Bengal. And if you talk about Lakshadweep Island, then it's lied in Arabian Sea. Okay. Then if we talk about Andaman and Nicobar Islands, so what is there? Located in Bay of Bengal. And how many islands? Around 300 islands in all. Okay. So how many islands are there? In Andaman and Nicobar Island, there are around 300 islands. Okay. And Andaman and Nicobar is also a union territory. And the last point of these islands is Indira Point. Okay. The last point of these islands, of these Andaman and Nicobar Islands, is Indira Point. But children, when in 2004, okay, it sunk. Why? In the tsunami. Okay, in 2004 tsunami, this Indira Point has been sunk. So it is, but it is the last point. Fine. Next is the capital is Port Blair, and the climate in Andaman and Nicobar Island is what? Hot and humid. And here rain is regular here. It rains regularly. Okay, and the major crop, as it is an island, a coastal area, so there are only few crops grown here. So the major crops grown here are rice, maize, coconut and rubber. Okay, and next one is the island of Arabian Sea, that is the Lakshadweep Island. Okay, its area is about 32 square kilometer. And how many total islands are there? 43. 43 total islands are there. Okay. And you know, as it is an island of Arabian Sea, so it lies in Arabian Sea. Fine. And this is important, that how it formed. So it formed from the coral deposits near the Kerala coast. Okay. And its capital is Kavirati. And only one crop, or the major crop you can see the grown here is coconut. Okay, coconut is the major crop grown here on this island. Fine. So I'm giving you time, children. You just write it down, all these things. Children, some of you have switched off your cameras. And Aslam Ansari, how many times I have told you to switch on your camera, child? And you are replying that do it later. Children, when you are asked to switch on your cameras, it means you have to switch on your camera. And so many times we have given you the instructions that you have to switch on your cameras. Okay. So this is all about your location and what is the physiographic division of India. So I just give you the names of the physiographic division, what we have studied in our previous classes. So the physiographic division, first is the northern mountains, okay, which is also known as the Himalayan mountains, and they had three parallel ranges. Okay, they have three parallel ranges: the Himadri, the Himachal, and next is the Shivalik hills. Fine. Next is the Great Northern Plains, and Great Northern Plains have basins. Okay, one is the Satluj basin, next is the Ganga basin, and the third one is the Brahmaputra basin. Okay. Now the third physiographic division is desert, the Western Desert, Thar Desert. Okay. And we talked about Thar Desert, that it is also known as the Great Indian Desert. Okay. And it lies in the western parts of the Aravalli range. Fine. Next, the next physiographic division after Thar Desert is the Southern Plateau, which we have studied today. Okay. And it consists of two parts. One is the Central Highlands, and Central Highlands are divided further into two parts. They are subdivided. That is the Malwa Plateau, which is in the northwestern parts of Central Highland. And next is the Chota Nagpur Plateau, that is in the northeastern parts of Central highlands. Okay, the second part of Southern Plateau is the Deccan Plateau. Okay, fine. And then the last physiographic division is the coastal plains and the islands. So we talked about the coastal plains. Then coastal plains is divided again into two. One is the eastern coastal plains. Eastern coastal plains are again subdivided. That is the northern Caucasus and the Coromandel coast. Okay. And second one is the western coastal plain. The western coastal plain is also further divided into the Gujarat coast, that is in the north, then the Konkan coast, that is in the up to Goa, and then the last one is the Malabar coast, that is from Goa to Kanyakumari. Okay, and the last topic of this is the islands of India. Okay, so what is there in Bay of Bengal? Which island is there? The Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and in Arabian Sea is Lakshadweep. Okay, fine. So this is all about. Now children, tomorrow we are sharing the worksheets with you. Okay, in a form of PDF that will be on your website. Children, you have to do your worksheet the same way you are doing it earlier. Okay, you have to do it in a pin page. On the first page, you are going to write your name, class, section and subject. Okay, and from the next page, you will start the question answers. You will write, see, your worksheet. In your worksheet, there are some question answers given, right? So what you have to do, you have to first write the question and then you have to write the answer. Okay, they are in MCQ form. So you don't have to write all the 4 options. You only have to write the correct answer in front of it. Fine. The next question in your worksheet, in your SST worksheet is map, children. Then you can use any physical or political map. Okay, paste it there on your pin page only, and then whatever question is there, you mark that things. Okay, you can also use colors. Okay, color pens, sketch pens, you can use that, no problem. Okay, fine. And then too, you are having any doubt, then on Saturdays you can come and ask. Okay children, so that's all for today. Thank you and be safe.